Okay, let's start sanding with the drum sander. Why do we use a drum sander and not a lightweight orbital sander? Orbital sanders are made for moderate to light refinishing or polishing. The fact that they're so lightweight and easy to use works against them when it comes to doing actual sanding and refinishing or repairing floors. The drum sanders, this one weighs 105 pounds. I'm 130 pounds. I was able to get it in and out of the car, but I needed help getting it up the stairs to the second story. The drum sander, the weight alone, in addition to the evenness of the drum, allows the sandpaper to penetrate beyond the polyurethane and varnish and stain and really get in and repair scratches or unevenness. So that's what we're doing, but they require skill. You may want to practice on a piece of plywood or something similar. So first I'm going to install a new roll of paper. I am not connected. If ever there was a time to wear goggles and N95 mask, this is it. So protect yourself. Additionally, I have an emollient moisturizer on my face and I have deep conditioner in my hair. The dust collection bag fills up quickly. You never want to fill it past 50%, and I'll tell you why. Especially with these old varnishes, the heat from the sanding and the movement of the particles combined with the volatile nature of the varnish creates a fire hazard inside the bag. So check your bag often. I just keep right outside the door, I keep a 50-gallon trash bag, and I just keep emptying this regularly and making sure that I'm in a well-vented area, and I have a fire extinguisher right outside. Safety first. Okay, so with my unit, my handle disconnected from the motor and the unit disconnected from the machine, I'm going to lift up. I'm going to remove the old sleeve. Honestly, take some finagling. Make sure your floor has been swept and mopped, and make sure any nails coming out of the side where the trim were have been removed. That's on there really well. Let's connect. Make sure the drum is in the up position. Okay. Up position. I'm going to go ahead and connect. These are really picky. There we go. See the green light. We're ready to go. Start moving, and then I'm going to, as I'm moving, I'm going to lower the drum. If you stand still while that motor is running, that drum is so effective that it will carve a deep groove in the ground. So you always want to be moving to get even sanding and don't have any deep divots in your floor. Because if you go too deep, you can only really take a couple millimeters off the top. Hope that makes sense. Okay, and then because I'm a dancer, I'm going to count I'm gonna start walking and I'll start lowering the drum on the 1. So let's go. Okay, so here we are at the end of our first pass with the 38 grit sandpaper, and it came out pretty good. Obviously the edges I have to hit with the edger because the machine doesn't go all the way to the edge, but I got a lot of those scratches out, like this one here. Let me see this one. This one I was just afraid to get too deep, so some of those are just going to have that, you know, wood, that hand scrape look, I guess. But for the most part, the first pass was okay. And I'm gonna go on to 60 grit and then 100 grit. And then I'm gonna do 3 more rooms, a hallway, and some stairs. Woohoo! And as far back as it will go with me. And let's thumbs up. something happened to the camera, and I thought it was filming me staining the rooms, and it didn't, and all that's left is the stairs, but hey, you'll get the idea. The difference is when you're doing a big room, you can use a lamb's wool or other cloth, kind of like a mop head, to apply the stain. Whereas on the stairs, it's a smaller surface area. I'm just going to be using this rag to apply it. But the key point is that you're going to apply it, and then you're going to mop it right up again, really wipe it up to make sure there's no surface residue. So you want the stain to soak into the wood grain, and you don't want any stain laying on top of the wood grain, because that will affect how the next coat of varnish sits on it. So we're going to go ahead and apply some stain nice and evenly. And when doing stairs, because it's a small area and you're going flush up against the wall, you want to be really mindful of not hitting the wall or not accumulating too much near the wall. So I'm going to start not right at the edge, so I can feather in either direction, and then there I can get close to the edge without hitting the wall. And this is an oil-based stain. It's very watery, and it soaks. I don't mean watery as in containing water, because it is oil-based, but it's not thick. Just soaks in really quickly. So again, I'm trying to get it nice and even. Get it up to the edges without hitting the adjacent surface. Right up to the edge there. These don't actually have trim that's going to go over them. There, that. Okay, so I've done my first step. It looks really good. Make sure there are no spots that are lighter or darker than others. Make sure I go all the way to the front of the face of the stair nosing. And then I'm going to change to this cloth, and I'm going to immediately wipe it up. So there's nothing laying on the surface, and the nosing looks good.